Hello everyone and welcome back to AcroYoga with Laura and Stu. I'm Stu and this is Laura, and today we're bringing you a partner strength series. This can be done at home, it could be done at the gym, it could be done outside, really wherever you have enough room to move around.
Please like and subscribe. Join us on our journey. We've got a lot of content that we're creating. We're really excited to share. Thanks.
Rock on!
We'll start off with a double partner plank. The base should have their feet hip-width apart, with their heels stacked over their toes, and their shoulders stacked over the wrists. The flyer will bring their hands to the base's ankles, and then placing the shoelace part of their foot on their sides of the shoulder. Make sure to keep your legs straight and your core engaged. Keep this position for a few breaths, and if you want to challenge yourself, you can go ahead and do a few push-ups. If you had fun with that, you can go ahead and nudge your base to do a couple push-ups. And now try doing them together. It's not very fun. To come down safely, bring one leg down and then the other.
For the next pose, we'll move into reverse table stack. The person on top can help lower the base down into the reverse table, or the base can just move into the position themselves. The person in tabletop ideally wants to point their fingers towards the feet, but you can adjust the hands based on what's comfortable for you. Make sure to keep your elbows and shoulders safe. You'll also want to keep your hips nice and lifted. Now the flyer can come around and straddle the base, placing one hand on the shoulder at a time in a nice comfortable position. When they're ready, they can step one foot up at a time and press in onto the thighs to lift their hips up. This will bring you into a double reverse table pose. If you're feeling extra ambitious and comfortable here, you could try lifting one leg at a time, each person even, and playing around with that. Then slowly bring the legs back down. Again, trying the same thing on the other side. Make sure at any point, if things start to get wobbly, which no doubt they will, to communicate and find a proper way to bail out if needed. You're fairly close to the ground so you can navigate that. When you're ready to dismount, let your partner know, and then slowly step one foot off at a time. Remove the pressure to come out and stand back up. It's extra nice to help your partner back up.
Now we'll move into a really fun partner plank game. So come into a plank position, and your partner will grab onto your ankle as you float your other foot up. Then, the partner will press onto the sacrum as you press back using your core to push back on their hand. Then switch over to the other side. You can practice going until fail with this game. Remember to be gentle and playful with yourselves. Maybe you want to try a few rounds of it and see how it goes. Now you move down to both ankles, grabbing onto both ankles. This game is super fun and tricky. So you'll have both ankles in your hand, but then you'll let go of one, and your partner is trying to keep their foot afloat. This is one of my favorite parts of the game. It's really funny and challenging, so have fun and play safe. Give yourselves a break, and then you can try switching partners. So make sure your partner is in a nice plank position, floating one ankle up, and then they'll float the other one up. Then you'll come to their sacrum and really use your core and your arm strength to push down. Then switching sides, going on to the other side, use your other arm to push down on the sacrum. Then when your partner calls quits, you can move down to their ankles, grabbing both ankles and then again tricking them, dropping one ankle at a time, trying to get them to keep their ankle afloat. You can play with this however fast or slow you want. It's quite a fun game.
moving into something called double Deadbug. The base wants to lay down with their legs bent at 90 degrees, and the flyer wants to put their hands on the shins of the base. The base will then grab the shins of the flyer to bring them up into a similar position, facing down. Play around with the balance here just to get a feel for things. It will probably be shaky at first. If things feel good, then play around with moving it in a treadmill motion, moving one arm and one leg forward, and then the opposite back. See how many you can do within the realm of comfort and stability. This exercise here is excellent training to develop the core, the stability, and the range of movement that will be used throughout the practice of AcroYoga. Speaking of training, we always recommend doing as much as you can in both positions, really to get a feel for it, to build up your stamina and your strength. So if you have the courage and the curiosity to switch roles, give it a go.
This exercise is called Jedi Box. With a seat grip on your hands, you'll grab your partner's ankles as they stack their arms and grab your ankles. Then you'll fold from the hips and use your core to pull yourself up to a 90-degree angle. You can feel secure knowing that your partner has your ankles, so you're not going to go flying backwards. So use your core to stack the hips over the arms. Make sure that your hips are not going past the arms, but rather stacking directly over them. And make sure to communicate whether you think your partner is pulling enough or just too much. This exercise can take a few rounds to figure out. What might help here is to actually videotape yourselves to see what your bodies look like and make sure that those hips are getting stacked over the shoulders. And again, with the person on the bottom, that they're coming up to a 90-degree angle. Then when you're ready, try switching partners. You might have one partner heavier than the other, and the person on the bottom is definitely bearing more weight than the person on top. So stay playful, curious, and just try it out. Feel free to let us know in the comments of how this whole video went for you. What was your favorite exercise? We want to know. Like and subscribe. Thanks for joining us and have a great day. Running on.